I'm live and I'm late. I'm late for a very important date. Well, actually, it's only 11:02, and I see people. Wow, there's a lot of people on already. Well, I'm here, and welcome to Sunday morning. Let me remember now to turn my volume down so you don't get those pings from my computer. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hi, Michael. Hi. Sorry if I'm squinting. Lisa, Susan, Janice, Wendy, and Chris, and Yvonne, and Anna. Thank you for joining us this morning. So the question is, are we coffee, tea, or caffeine free? I know I'm a little silly on a Sunday morning. So coffee, tea, or caffeine free? That's the question. And lately I've been mostly green tea. So personally, I got up early this morning. It was about 10 degrees out, and usually I get up about 5 or 6, and then I turn the heat on in the bathroom so that when I get up for my cold shower, it's not freezing. But I didn't do that today, so I had a real shock this morning. But anyways, I know we have more important things to talk about. But so coffee, tea, or caffeine free. And if anybody's new, please let us know where you're from. We have people coming in all over the world now, which is really amazing. Hi, Yana. Green tea with dandelion. I have green tea with ginger actually, so that's a good way to get started. So it's like a 3 minute cold shower. Then I do the Wim Hof breathing technique. So I do 3 rounds of that in the morning. Then I did yoga this morning. I was up early, and so I'm spry and chipper now. So for those that are new, this is tarot time. If it's not 11:04 on Sunday morning Eastern time, you're watching this as a video. And if you are watching this as a video and you have a question about your life or something that you want to ask me, write that down in the comments, not in the live chat, because it'll disappear when the live feed is over or the live stream is over. But if you do that as a question on the comments in the next couple of days, I'll what I do is I pull a tarot card and give you a little mini reading. That's my way of saying thank you for being here and for watching my video. And also, when you comment, it actually trips the YouTube algorithm, and more people get to see this also. So it's kind of a win-win thing in a way. So I'm happy to do it as long as this doesn't get too popular where I can't keep up with my questions. I'll keep doing this every Sunday. So good morning, one. Good morning, all. So let's get into this today. So what's been going on? Sort of flashing back last Sunday, I did the card. I looked at them and I was like a little bit surprised that they weren't like crazy intense cards, but the inauguration was not that crazy and intense. I mean, you have to if the if Bernie Sanders mittens are the most are the biggest news story that comes out of that, I think we did pretty good on the inauguration. That's not to say, because we're still in a major fluctuation. I don't think Sharita Starr is in, but if she was, she would tell you some of the astrology that's going on. Major fluctuations. Mercury's in its approach to a Mercury retrograde that I think starts on the 29th through the 30th. And then we have a lot of hard aspects in Aquarius and Taurus. So there's a lot going on. Coffee, yes. Green tea, coffee. Yeah, we're keeping a little survey. Organic green tea. Oh, yes. Mine's organic too. So, what did I want to say? Yeah, a couple of little mini announcements. I started a tarot class last Thursday on Zoom, Spirit of the Tarot. They're taped, so it's a 4-part class. If anybody didn't get in on that and wants in, I'm going to take people up till Monday night. After that, because there's a little bit of could if you jump into the course on the second class, which will be this Thursday, then I want to give everybody enough time to review the first class. So if you want in, email us. It's info@atombetweentheworlds.com. If Yana's still here, she may type the email address. And also, if you want to get a full reading or want to find out more about our services, not just myself, but Heather Astara is our healer also for Between the Worlds. So if you want to find out about, excuse me, our services and products, just email us, info@atombetweentheworlds.com. The website is atombetweentheworlds.com. And that's basically it. This Thursday's video is, I'm doing another money attraction video for those of us that love the first video that I did in December on how to attract more money into your life, which to me is a very spiritual process, because the more money that I have, the more that I can get out in the world and share with people and travel and all that stuff. So money is energy, money is a good thing. And being the ability to manifest as spirits having a human experience is one of the most important lessons that we are going to learn in our lifetime, because we are here to learn and grow, because we're spirits. We're not our bodies, we have bodies, and we're growing spiritually in this physical environment. And money is the energy of abundance. It's the physical counterpart of abundance. So in this video, I'm going to actually share with you a development exercise in mediumship training that you can apply to attracting more money and more good into your life. So that's going to be released on Thursday. So, all right. I usually do a few announcements in the beginning for those that are new, just because people tend to come in a little bit slowly on a Sunday morning. But I think most of us that are going to be here are here already. So if you are interested in tarot, if you read tarot, if you want to learn more about it, other than my class, which is a 4-part class, what you can start doing is every morning just pull 3 cards out of the tarot. Like I do 3-card spreads on these tarot times. So each morning just pull 3 cards and write down what cards you pull. You can kind of look at the cards and see what it's trying to tell you. Then every evening review your day and review the cards that you picked and see what the cards were trying to tell you. And if you do this every day, over time, you're going to understand your language, how the tarot speaks to you, because there's energy. Tarot has energy of hundreds of years of research, belief, the images, the numerology, the correspondences with the tree of life from the Kabbalah and the tarot. All this is energy. And tarot cards can be used for meditation as well as divination and also manifestation. So if you love tarot like I do, this is a way that you can start to understand your language with tarot. To me, it's very similar to spirit communication. In fact, it is spirit communication, because there's certain energies or entities that work with tarot. So when I do mediumship and the spirits come through, they read my energy fields. It's a telepathic connection. And as they do that, they understand how I see things, and then they'll give me messages in my language. Basically, maybe they'll tap into a childhood memory, and it's a message for somebody else. So the tarot works the same way. Whatever meanings you have for the cards, the spirit of the tarot is going to try to give you the cards that align most with those meanings. So anyway, that's a little exercise. If anybody wants to do it, feel free. So what we do first, and I'm sticking with this formula for now, is I'll mix my cards up. This is called the Hanson-Roberts deck. Most modern tarot is based on the Rider-Waite deck, and the Hanson-Roberts deck is no exception. But they're very kind of childlike, innocent story time kind of images on these cards, which I really enjoy. And so what I do is I pick a card for all of us, all 30 of us that are in, and usually with the people that review and then people that watch this as a video, there's usually about 200 or so that watch the tarot time. Oh, we're up to 31. And this will be our, collectively our meditation card. So what you do is each day you just kind of meditate on the card and see what messages you get. and what guidance it can provide. So we'll kind of take this as a meditation / guidance card. So I will pull our card now. Let me put these over here. This is the card we want. Oh, interesting. So this card looks a little bit ominous, right? And but what it is, it's about rebirth. So this is kind of figure is kind of lying down, face down, facing the ground or the earth in this deck. There's a lot of storm clouds above. There's 10 swords in his back. So I know that's a pretty ominous looking card, but it represents it is purging the old self, so a new higher self, a new higher reality can come in. And I have a feeling this is trying to tell us it's going to be a pretty eventful week. We had two kind of quieter weeks after the riots happened, which, by the way, was predicted in the prior tarot time. Just to let you know, not to boast, but just to let you know that it's authentic. And so there may be some stuff coming up in the news. Now, this is more about our meditation card. So, again, it's symbolic. Nobody, if you meditate on this card, no, you're not going to get stabbed in the back or anything like that. But what it shows, because swords represent the truth too. Swords is air in the tarot, and it represents communication. It represents truth. So it's kind of like the figure's lying down, the swords are facing them, and it's in the person's back where you can't really see it. So it's kind of like the truth is like, we can't keep our heads in the sand anymore. We have to wake up and open up to what's really going on. And that doesn't necessarily mean to become a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but to understand that all the stuff that's going on between news and social media and whatever, if you take all the conspiracy theories and kind of eliminate what's just bizarre and crazy, there's usually a common thread of truth in the foundation of it, and that's where you can start to understand what's really going on. And so I have a feeling this is about us as this group here today. It's really about us allowing the old self to just kind of fall away and allow the truth to come down from the heavens, even if it's a little bit challenging, because we learn more from challenge than anything in life. And even if it's a little bit radical or a little bit extreme, the idea is just to relax and meditate with it, and just to allow like the old self to fall away. Probably in February, I'm going to do a video on letting go, because letting go is such an important thing. And as humans, we have such a hard time with just simply letting go of things. I know I've known better for years and I still hold on, and nothing can change in our lives until we let go of the old. And if you do law of attraction and it's not, and you're doing everything right, but it's not really working for you, there's a good chance you're just not letting go, basically. And so we'll talk more about that. So don't take this as a negative thing. This is your reawakening. This is your rebirth, and that's what this is trying to say as well. And beneath the clouds on the horizon, it clears up. So this is probably telling us that we have to go through the shadows. We have to expose our shadows individually to ourselves and collectively to the world. But the light is coming in, and a new dawn is coming. So anyways, so next phase is just to do a 3-card spread and see what it's trying to tell us about the coming week in this exciting big wide world of ours that's constantly changing. Because we are in, I'm calling it now, instead of the Great Awakening, because I don't like some of the associations with that term these days. I now call it Awakening 2020s, because that's really what's going on. We're in an awakening process. It's the 2020s. This is probably, I mean, definitely the most rapid period of human evolution, as far as consciousness goes, anyways. Yeah, that we're aware of in recorded history. Basically, it's really huge that what's happening, and whenever there's a big awakening and there's a big change, there's always a lot of strife. There's always a lot of challenge, and in the I Ching, I think it's the third hexagram, but it's been many, many moons I studied I Ching. But one of the early I Ching's hexagrams, there's 64 hexagrams in the I Ching, and one of the very early ones, which is the beginning of a process, translates to difficulty in the beginning. And it just denotes when you do something new, when you take the courage, that's kind of the Fool card in the tarot. So when you take that leap and you dive into something new and a new process in life, almost invariably there's going to be challenges in the beginning, and you just have to keep working through it. The idea is don't give up. And whatever's going on in your life individually, whatever's happening in the world around us, no matter how bleak it starts to look or get, just don't give up. Just stay with spirit, stay with your breathing, stay in your power, and just doing some long, deep breathing, some meditation, just to be mindful and to learn how to, or to understand how to be not a reactor to your environment, but rather an observer, and to not be a participant in your emotional ups and downs, but rather observing your emotions. That's called mindfulness in Buddhism, by the way. And if you're able to start doing that, then you start to release the programs that we're all subjected to in the society start to release. And we start to observe the programs rather than be the programs, if that makes sense. Because we are conditioned, whether we know it or not, in the society to think, feel, and respond in a very predictable patterns. And we're programmed to respond in to every conceivable situation in our lives. And because society or people are more negative than positive, more of the programming is negative than positive also. So anyways, I think we get that. Back represents the subconscious. Thank you, Sharon. That's an excellent point. The back represents the subconscious. Very, very, very simple and very, very true. Thank you. Seems that I'm sorry that I'm bending down for people that this may not be the most aesthetically pleasing thing. Time's been moving progressively fast. That's been noted by people that are very aware of the energy, because time is fluid. In fact, time's really an illusion, and you're not the only person that feels like time is sped up lately. And that's the way time is. It's not fixed. It'll go faster sometimes, slower sometimes, but all time really exists in the present moment, and all possibilities exist right now, which is now provable through quantum theory also, which is very cool, because the mystics have always known that. Now our science is finally growing enough that we can start to prove that. It all started to change when we learned how to split open the atom. Not the atom. Don't split me open, please. The atom. ATOM. Thank you very much. Yes, I do. Muchas. Muchas. Okay. Thank you. Yes, of course. All right. Yes, I love to see the conversation going. Yeah, and if you know people that may like this, what we're doing on this channel, you can encourage them to watch. This is a community. Last I checked, I'm actually 8 subscribers short of 1,000. So if you want to tell your friends, maybe we'll hit 1,000 today. Although, friends that are interested and they want to be part of this community and watch this video. Otherwise, it's just for bragging rights and where it's fun to brag. I do have an ego like everybody else. The reason that I want to keep building my subscriber count is to get more people into this community and to be a part of this awakening process and to help other people, to assist other people. And there's also many good teachers out on YouTube now. So and I kind of team up with a few of them. Some of them may be on now or not. But in any event, so let's pull our 3 cards for the day. I mean, for the week, or for the day and the week. All right, so we're gonna just ask Spirit to guide me to the right card to give us a heads up or some insight. Oh, I got two. All right, so I just need one more then. Very good. So one. Interesting, because we have a repeat card from last time. Okay, so here's what we got here. So I'm just angling this so that the reflection from the window doesn't get that. So, it doesn't look horrible, but that Knight of Swords is the middle card. It is pretty interesting. Knights move. Swords is about air. It's about truth. It's about communication. It's about strife. Now, this Hangman, I forgot if it was reversed or not, but it came up last time also. I think it came up last time. Either that or the time before. And in a way, the fact that it's reversed and the fact that it's right by the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, hello, makes me feel like this period of just like a little bit of a pause, because sometimes that's what the Hangman represents, a little bit of a delay or a pause in the process. I have a feeling some news is going to come out, and this has the feeling that there may be, maybe not riots, but there may be a few demonstrations, and I don't think the people that are upset about the election results or believe that it was fraudulent. I don't think that they're just saying, "Oh well, we lost." Life goes on or whatever. I have a feeling there's a lot brewing beneath the surface, and I get the feeling there's going to be a couple of incidents in different parts of the country. They may involve having to bring in law enforcement or whatever. I could see maybe not this week, but in the next week or two, one or two sections may need to go temporarily into some kind of martial law or National Guard or something like that as well. Sometimes this could also be that something comes out on the mainstream news that's a little bit shocking and disturbing. That may tie in with some of the things that people talk about, whether it's things, because this card, last time it was the 10 of Pentacles reversed, now it's the 9 of Pentacles reversed. So there's a similar meaning, and I think what Pentacles represents things like money, material stuff, physicality or whatever. I just think that something's gonna ruffle our feathers a little bit and kind of make us feel like we're not as secure as we could feel. Some news or some event or something like that. And again, it may go back to the elections, and I have a feeling it's something related, but not the elections themselves. And I'm not sure what that something is. I guess we'll find out. But I have a feeling that. So what I need to do is I need to kind of vibe on these myself. As I look at this card, I don't get a bad feeling from it. I just think that there's one or two things that are just going to be revealed, or that people aren't going to believe, or they aren't going to want to believe, basically. And I think that this is also talking about, especially with the last card, a little bit of a hit to things like the stock market or the financial systems or whatever. I'm always telling people that invest, to consider precious metals like gold or things that are more stable for investments. But if you understand the changes in the economy, you can actually anticipate like what companies are going to be big in the next year or two and invest in that now. But I think it's trying to say just invest your money wisely. And as I'm talking, I feel like Spirit's saying, you may want to think about pulling your money out of certain investments also. So to look into things a little bit more deeper, I want to say as well. I think there's going to be a lot of noise about censorship in the media, censorship on social media. I mean, there already is, obviously, but I think that's going to actually become a little bit more loud, I want to say as well. And I feel like a couple people are going to speak out. I think somebody's going to really speak out about the former president, maybe a family member. One of them came to my mind. I forgot which one. Anyways, one of the sons or nephews, or I don't know, but that just kind of popped up as well. And what else? I just feel like Spirit's saying just to stay on your toes this week. It doesn't look like any major disasters, but I think that there's going to be, you have some things that come up that are a little bit disturbing. And yeah, it's 2021, so yeah, we kind of expect that as well. But the Nine of Pentacles, even reversed, is a calming influence. I think the idea is sometimes the news can be alarming. For people that are familiar with media, a lot of this, news is really about selling papers. Money makes the world go round, and at least in this society. Um, Also the pharmaceutical companies have a huge profit margin when it comes to vaccines, and that's going to become an ongoing issue, obviously, with the discrepancy in terms of people that want the vaccine and want to see everybody get vaccinated versus those that are a little bit leery because of the fast process in it, and the some of the things that are swirling around out there also. So you may find people getting a little bit angry, a little bit aggressive also as well, more with their words than physically aggressive, I have to say. So there may be that kind of stuff going on. But all in all, the cards around this are kind of calm. And I think, Knight's move, I think this is saying after things have been a little bit not still, but not as eventful as it could have been right around the inauguration, I think things in the news are going to start to move more quickly now. So what I want to do to finish up is to pull an angel card for us and get an angel message also. And maybe I will just check your thought. Mars and Uranus and Taurus would do it. Yeah, yeah. That's Mars and yeah, Uranus. As we get into, I think, early February, so that's next week. I think there's like 5 or 6 planets in Aquarius, which is very revolutionary energy. It's very higher mind energy. And we have like these squares that are going on, and Mercury is going to be, camping out in Aquarius for like ever, because it's in this approach. It goes retrograde, I think, on the 30th. Then it goes direct again in the February 20th, I believe, and then what? It's in its shadow for another 2 weeks in Aquarius also. So it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be pretty intense. Yeah. So just see where thought Mars and Uranus. Yeah, because it's gonna that Taurus squares. Yeah, they're both fixed signs. That Taurus squares Aquarius, and that a lot of people thought that. And last week, if any, a lot of you guys called last week's tarot time, the cards came up, and I was kind of surprised, like, this doesn't look bad, because I was expecting, because the country's chart was being hit so hard, and it's right on inauguration day. But what I found with astrology and aspects is sometimes it takes a few weeks, even a couple of months, before hard aspects really manifest. And the reason for that is the physical plane is very dense. Like the energy of the planets is very light. It's more like almost like an astral or a Vedic energy that affects the physical environment, and the physical environment moves very slowly. But the aspects are real, the energy is real, and the tension is real. It just has not surfaced yet. I think this is saying it's going to start to surface this week. So heads up, stay in your power, meditate, do your deep breathing, inhaling a lot of love. And the thing is, when you get present and you stop thinking and you just tune into your breath, that's when your consciousness raises and you start to feel vibration and energy. So you can even do this now if you don't believe me. Just stop thinking, because when we think it's the past. Because what are we thinking about? Things that happened to us already, or we're projecting something that happened in the past as some future reality, right? So when we're thinking in our thinking minds, we're not present, and therefore we're cutting ourselves off from the natural flow of energy that we all experience. So when you stop thinking and you start breathing, you become present and relaxed. Then you start to feel vibration, whether it's a little rumbling in the body or a little bit of movement outside of you. So when you feel that, because that energy is pure love and light. So when you feel that, inhale that into your heart, circulate it around, and then exhale and release tension, stress, worries, the media, the fear machine, because the media is the fear machine. And when we're in fear and when we're um, well, there's another quality, but when we're in fear, we're out of our power, basically, right? So when we're feeling a lot of fear, anxiety, and stress, we sort of separate ourselves from our power, and the forces that be that want to maintain control over these archaic systems know that, so they want to keep people in fear, and they have a heavy influence on the media and everything like that. So yeah, not to ignore current events, not to ignore the little issue that started in China that's affecting the whole world, not to ignore that, but don't buy into the fear. 1917, 1918, that was the last pandemic. So it's not, that was, I mean, this is the largest pandemic in over 100 years. So, a lot of people aren't really used to it, but the point being is that be empowered, understand, there are challenges, there's things we need to be aware of, but don't buy into that fear, anxiety, because then it strips you of your power, and then you become very easily controllable. Anger is the other one. So there's a lot out there that's trying to make us angry, that's trying to deepen that divide. You see it on social media, and so forth and so on. So long, deep breathing, stay in your power, stay awake. So let me pull a card, and then I'll let us all go as well. Um, Thank you, Susan, and everybody. Yes, high vibe. Yeah, high pitches. Yeah. So stay in high vibes, everybody. And if something goes on that pulls us into lower vibes, because we're human and we catch ourselves, you become present, observe the emotions. Don't be the program. Watch the program unfolding. And I'm getting better at that too, because when I get frustrated, I'm watching myself get frustrated rather than getting more frustrated. So, anyways, I think you understand that. So let me just say a little prayer, dear angels, to give us the best card for our message that we need to hear at this time. And we get Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel blows the horn, right? So that's a symbol of awakening. So Archangel Gabriel is the great awakener. Let me tilt this a little bit. Also about communication. We were talking a little bit about communication also as well. Yeah, I hear you, Cody. Thank you. Let me see what this is saying. You have a important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to build to hold you back. I will help you. And sometimes you get a lot out of the images and everything, but I look at Gabriel because of the horn as the awakener, like Archangel Gabriel is part of this ascension process that we're going on. So I feel like one of the messages, because I'm feeling my throat all of a sudden, is to work on clearing your throat chakra, your communication, and be okay with speaking up. I want to say, not to offend, but to empower. And maybe, this week, do a little bit of chanting, like either doing kirtans or mantras, or doing things that open the throat chakra. Because Archangel Gabriel's about communication. When you open your throat chakra, it's not just about your voice, it's about your ears also. So you start to, instead of just hearing people, you start to actually listen to them, and you start to hear or listen to your guides and great spirit also. So work with your throat. And in 2 weeks, so next week is the video. Next Thursday is about law of attraction and money, but using a mediumship training exercise to attract more money into your life. I that one's already shot. That's going to be a great one. And then the following week, I'm going to do one on the chakras and breathing exercises. So that'll be 2 Thursdays. So that's my upcoming upload schedule. February 1st, live mediumship, 7 o'clock Eastern time. I think that's a Monday night here on the channel. I'm going to do live mediumship and a couple of giveaways. And unless I'm forgetting something, that's the news. So work with Archangel Gabriel this week. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. And if you have any question about your own life, check back when this becomes a video. Leave me a comment what your question is. I'll pull a card and give you a little mini tarot reading that way. All right, namaste, everybody. Have a beautiful Sunday. Up here, it's probably reached 20 degrees. There's a chilly morning in the Catskills, but it's cobalt blue skies. Beautiful day out. So enjoy, everybody. I love you. Peace. And stay strong, stay in your power. We're awakening. We're getting through this. Namaste. I'm just reading your comments. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.